I got a crush on him too with how good he's been pitching this year. I mean, he's the bona fide ace of the Yankee staff, and it's crazy when you go out there and give him all this money. I can't help but think. I guess I'm a glass half empty kind of guy. I can't help but think what this rotation would look like if Gerrit Cole were in it this year.
You are Locked On Yankees, your daily New York Yankees podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Yankees, which is part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thank you for making us your first listen every day. I'm Stacey Gotsoulias. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $500 bet wins. With me, as usual, my co-host, Brian McKeon. Brian, happy Friday.
Stacey, happy Friday. Yankees gave the Guardians a taste of their own medicine.
Yes, we're going to talk about that in a second. Before we get started, don't forget, subscribe to the podcast on whichever podcasting platform you prefer. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube, like the video, hit the bell so you're notified whenever our videos go live. We also are starting to put stuff up on our TikTok account. So here it is, LockedOn_Yankees. Follow it. Watch all of Brian's videos. I may make goofy videos if I find appropriate templates. It's going to be a lot of fun. Coming up on today's show, the rivalry is back. The Red Sox are coming to the stadium for a weekend series. We're going to tell you the pitching matchups. It's Fan Mail Friday. We're answering your burning questions. But first, let's discuss the Yankees. What's the word I'm looking for? Rebounding from getting shut out on Wednesday night by doing the same exact thing to the Guardians on Thursday night.
Yeah, great pitching performance. The bullpen looked really good. Enough said about Max Fried, right? I mean, what else is there to really say? It's been incredible all year. Yeah.
The game against the Dodgers last Friday was basically the outlier because the whole season he's been great. And Thursday was no exception. 6 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, maybe too many pitches for 6 innings, 102, but much better than LA. Nice rebound. The Yankees always win after when Max Fried starts after a loss. So they kept that streak going. And much better. And I have to say, I saw a video of him. I think it was a TikTok. Someone made a play and he smiled in the dugout. And I was like, wow, I understand why my mom likes Max Fried, because he's a, as she says, cutie patootie. My mom likes Max Fried.
Okay.
Luke Weaver.
Okay.
And she likes Stanton.
Interesting. Different looking guy, Stanton, than Luke Weaver. I could see her type when Max Fried and Weaver, but then to go Stanton is a little...
wait, no. Her all-time favorite famous person is Morris Chestnut.
Gardner. Oh, okay.
Morris Chestnut. Loves him. So, my mom's taste is all over the place. And she married a Greek guy. So, I mean, you don't know what...
Yeah, you don't know what you're going to get out of her.
No.
But Max Fried, I mean, I got a crush on him, too, with how good he's been pitching this year. I mean... He's the bona fide ace of the Yankee staff. And, it's crazy when you go out there and give him all this money. I can't help but think, I guess I'm a glass half empty kind of guy. I can't help but think what this rotation would look like if Gerrit Cole were in it this year. Because, I mean, you'd have legitimately 3 aces. The Yankees
or even Gerrit Cole and Luis Gil, if they were both healthy.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to have 2 all-star game starters on the Yankee rotation this year. Think about how good they've been between Rodon and Fried. Fried was, he was electric. He was as good as he's been all year. I mean, you can't say enough about him. Him and the guy on the offense, Cody Bellinger.
Yeah, Cody Bellinger, that catch that he made, I have a good idea for the thumbnail for the show. They'll see it. If they're watching the show, they're going to see what the thumbnail is, but I won't spoil it for you. You'll have to find out when you look at it in the morning. Wait. Yeah. But he makes that great catch and then he follows it up with the 2-run home run that kind of gets them going a bit and makes the game seem more winnable. Because even when it's 0-0 and Max Fried is going, and with the way the offense looked on Wednesday night, you're thinking to yourself, can they just get something across? And that 2-run home run really helped.
Yeah, massive. Gets under the ball, drives deep 400 feet, which didn't look like it. So much for that short porch that Cody Bellinger took advantage of. But the staggering difference in his first 20 games compared to his last 30 has been remarkable. He's been like a 370 hitter since then. He's got a 900 OPS. He's been an unbelievable player. Really key to their lineup too.
Yeah. Now, do you know what a noble tiger is?
I don't. I have no idea.
Okay. I just found this out because I've been looking at Reddit the past few weeks. During the day, I just scroll through Reddit and I go through Yankees Reddit and Beverly Hills 90210 and Dawson's Creek and Degrassi and mainly Yankees and baseball. And I've noticed people mentioning noble tiger. And I'm like, what? Like a team has committed a noble tiger. Well, a noble tiger is when a team loads the bases with no outs and they don't score a run.
I've never heard of that stat ever before, and that's saying something because I've heard
it's like a two plan. The two plan is when you make a mistake on the bases. So this is called a noble tiger, and the Yankees did it in the 5th inning with the Wells single, Peraza single, Grisham walked, then Ben Rice hit into the double play, then they intentionally walked Judge, and then Bellinger flied out.
So what is it? What is it called? What is it called? What the Guardians did when they loaded the bases with 1 out and scored no one?
I don't know if that has a name.
Okay. We got to come up with one then.
Yeah. I don't think that has a name, but I had noticed noble tiger a few days ago, and thinking to myself, well, it has to be something like a toot plan, but why is it noble tiger? And it didn't really have an explanation other than what it is. I don't know why the name is the name. So if anyone knows, let me know in the comments.
There's got to be some deep meaning behind that.
Yeah. But they did that in the 5th inning, and that was another one of those instances where you're just like, I mean, they were already up 2-0, but you'd like to see them.
Of course.
With bases loaded, no outs, you're thinking, okay, maybe they could blow this open now. And then it didn't happen. And I got a little worried about that. But then the bottom of the 7th happened. Who was involved in this one?
Cody Bellinger, once again, Jazz Chisholm Jr. actually too. But yeah, this was the Cody Bellinger offensive game. It was. He was, I mean, unbelievably good. Even the Jazz Chisholm at bat was really good at bat too. He thought he had a home run in it. Really pulled the ball in the right field line, stared at it for a little bit, wound up being fouled, but then gets the base hit to give him an extra lead too. Those runs are important, and the bullpen was outstanding too, by the way.
Yep. Leiter Jr., Hill, Loizaga. Hill is just, every time I see him now, and especially after seeing him strike out Freddie Freeman over the weekend, it just makes me...
hard not to bring it up, yeah.
More and more angry about... I will never not be angry about that, but let's not bring that up. So... Yankees close it out 4-0. They win the rubber game. They win the series. So they're back on the winning series side of things.
4 in a row now at home.
They'll
4
be
series victories in a row. Yeah.
Yeah. And they'll be welcoming in, as we said, the Red Sox. We'll be talking about that in segment 3. So now it's time for our first insider questions of Fan Mail Friday. If you're new to the show, we do Fan Mail Friday every week. We have an insiders club. They get top priority. And every week we start off with Betty, who says, it seems that more often than not, Schmidt struggles in the early innings and then gets on a track to pitch well. Do you think he could benefit from a change in his warm-up routine, maybe throw a few more pitches?
I don't know if he's going to change his warm-up routine, only because these guys are such creatures of habit that you rarely ever see them touch what they do before a game. I mean, they're so detailed down to their outfits. Pre-game meals rarely ever change when they go for a jog before the game. So I doubt that he would change that up because, hey, I mean, it's gotten him to where he's gotten to in his career so far. Yeah. I think from what we talked about yesterday, Stacey, I think it has a lot to do with the way his season got started, unfortunately. And you see this more often than not with pitchers in the big leagues.
Yeah. I saw something on Blue Sky today. Someone was pointing out that he was throwing one of his pitches a little differently last night. I think it may have been the sweeper, with the way it was landing and where he was throwing from. It was a whole graph, and I should have really saved it because I could have shown it on here, but it's a little too complicated for me.
Okay.
So it's possible that he's working on things too, which may explain why the first inning was so rough, because once he got going, he was excellent.
I didn't notice the difference in his, but that could be a great explanation because, yeah, he was great after the first inning, really. It just, there was a pitcher last year on the Yankees, and why is it escaping my mind that was like this last year, where he was excellent after the first inning, but the first inning was his bugaboo. Was it Rodon?
Yeah,
it was
like
Rodon, right? Yeah, the first inning
Rodon.
was a home run every first inning, but in the rest of the game he was dominant. It was super frustrating. So yeah, I get it. It's tough, but I don't think the pregame stuff is going to really change your arm routine because these guys usually are creatures of habit when it comes to that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. David F asks, how do you think the current Yankees team compares to the great teams of the past, like the 98 or the 2009 championship teams?
Well, they don't yet because they haven't won anything.
I don't think they do at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about the 2009 team, we always joke about how incredible that infield was. I mean, the whole team was incredible because you think of the starting rotation too, and the bullpen, because the bullpen was awesome too. But when you think of that infield, like how often do you see an infield like that?
In today's era, if that infield was together right now, that's potentially a $200 million infield.
Yeah.
Think about that. I mean, it's the truth. I mean, that team was filthy.
Yeah.
Really good. I don't know if this team's as good as that team. Definitely not the 98 team.
Yeah. No, the 98 team was just special because it wasn't just...
They didn't lose.
Right. But it wasn't like, you didn't have one guy hitting 60 home runs. Like the highest home run total was what, like 28 that year? It was all
I think
spread
it was Paul
out.
O'Neill, right?
I think it was Tino.
Well, actually, yeah, you're right. It was Tino.
I think it was Tino.
It was a complete team effort that year. It was a perfectly built team.
Yep. You had the newer guys like Jeter. You had the older grizzled veterans and the new guys coming in like Knobloch and Brocious, and they were immediately impactful. And it was just a totally different vibe. But, who knows how this team's going to end up. I think it's too early to even say because it's only
they're not
June.
on that kind of track, though. They're not on a 98 track, though. They're not that
No one's on a 98 track.
Except the 23 Yankees.
No one's on a 98. No, 22.
22 Yankees, yeah.
Yeah. All right, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button on our videos, hit the notification so you know when our videos go up. And if you would like to be part of next week's Fan Mail Friday, you can go to our YouTube channels page. You click on posts, you leave your question under the Fan Mail Friday post. You can ask us anything, or you can join the Locked On Yankees Insiders Club where you get top priority and your questions are answered first. The link is in the description, and it isn't only for Fan Mail Friday. You'll get texts from us with everything from lineups to roster updates, trades, and signings, and you can text us just regular everyday questions. There's a 14-day free trial. Coming up next, we have more Fan Mail Friday questions. Let's be real. Coffee isn't just a drink. It's a ritual. It's a lifeline. It's the thing that gets you from half awake to fully functioning. And if that's important to you, why would you settle for anything less than amazing? That's where Trade Coffee comes in. Trade is the #1 coffee destination in the U.S., delivering fresh, incredible coffee from over 50 of the country's top roasters. Whether you're a cold brew fan or a pour-over purist, they've got a roast that you'll love. You take their quiz, it takes a minute, and for me, the first bag that they sent was spot on. If you don't think the same, they will send you a bag until you find your right match. I love that their prices are comparable to grocery store brands, but the flavor is on a whole new level. I don't only drink that coffee, I sniff it 4 times a day when I walk through my kitchen. Right now, Trade is exclusively offering our customers 50% off your 1-month trial at drinktrade.com/lockedonmlb. That's drinktrade, TRADE.com/lockedonmlb for 50% off your first 1-month trial. Drinktrade.com/lockedonmlb. So we have more insider questions, but before we tell you what the first question is, this is a message for Insider Ruben. We will be talking about your question on Monday's show as an entire segment because I figured it would be better for an entire segment. And Shalid, Brian actually discussed what you were asking about with Weaver earlier in the week. So if you didn't see that episode, you can watch that episode. I just didn't feel like we needed to repeat certain things. So that's why I did that. So next insider question from Eric S. He says, out of Wells, Volpe, and Dominguez, who do you think will be a long-term Yankee?
I think there's potential for all three, to be honest with you. But I'm going to give a little bit of an outside. I don't think there's a chance Dominguez isn't, but I'm going to give you an outside answer. I think it's Austin Wells because I think finding a stable everyday catcher is very hard to do in baseball. Look around the league and name the catchers in the league that have been on their team, that have been their team's consistent starting catcher for the last 3 seasons. You'll be hard pressed to find any. It's that little. So if they can find a guy like Austin Wells who consistently plays every year and can give you a little bit of pop with the bat, I think there's a really good chance that he winds up being a long-term Yankee. Michael C. says, wouldn't it be smart for the Yankees to trade Jason Dominguez, Clark Schmidt, and maybe that Aaron Judge lefty player in the minors for another ace like the pitcher on the Pirates or a different ace?
That would be Spencer Jones.
Yeah, and the pitcher on the Pirates he's referring to is Paul Skeens.
Paul Skeens, yes, because Yankee fans are dreaming about the Yankees getting Paul Skeens.
They're not, but go on.
Oh, no, they're not. You could dream about it. That's what I mean. They're dreaming about it, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's going to happen. But why do we?
No.
But why do we need aces? We just need pitchers.
We have
two aces. Yeah.
And yeah, Paul Skeens would be great to get, but honestly, it's not going to take Dominguez, Schmidt, and Spencer Jones. It's going to take more than that.
Right.
If you want to pry Paul Skeens with 4 years of control left on him from the Pirates, it's going to take more than that.
Yeah.
A lot more than that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not going to happen. They're not going to trade for him, and I don't want them trading Dominguez right now anyway.
Now, Shalid asked a second question. He says, I'm not sure if you've spoken about this, but it's been on my mind since the Dodgers series. Do you think Ohtani will break Judge's record for most home runs? You know, Yankee fans will never hear the end of it from all around baseball if he does. I'm worried about Cal Raleigh because he's not stopping hitting home runs. He's a catcher who plays every day, and he's up to 24.
Yeah, we'll see if the home run totals are just absolutely insane right now. With around the whole entire league. I'm trying to see what Ohtani's at right now. I don't know the exact number that he's at as far as today. He's at 23.
Yeah, 23.
Which is crazy. This is the craziest thing ever because he's leading off with them. He has 23 home runs with 39 ribbies. He should have way more RBIs than that. It's such a low amount of RBIs, but I guess because he's leading off, he's taking a lot of solo shots.
If he's leading off the game, then yeah.
but I don't know. As a Yankee fan, I don't think there's a lot of pressure, honestly. Like I want the Yankees to keep their records, obviously, but like I don't.
But does it matter
to me if Ohtani broke it?
Yeah, but he's in the National League anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
Well, I think, but now they count because now they count all the records as one league. I don't think they count them separate as American League and National League. Like no one says Aaron Judge is the AL home run champ for a season. They just say it's the home run champ because they don't validate Barry Bonds. But I don't know. To me, the Judge one was more special because he that number was standing for non-steroid wise. That number was standing for so long, and Aaron Judge broke it clean. So I don't, everyone remembers the first one to do it. Everybody remembers the first one to re-break that record. So I think the Judge one would mean more. I mean, yeah, Ohtani would be cool, but I don't know. And Judge could easily break it this year anyway.
But it wouldn't even be a shock if Ohtani did it because he's like, besides Aaron Judge, he's the best player in baseball. Like they're both up at the same level.
He's a future Hall of Famer too. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think it's. And again, I think everyone remembers Judge being the first guy that broke that record. Everyone's gonna remember that season. Everyone's gonna remember him being the guy that broke the record before anyone else did. Because again, no one else was able to break it for 50 years. So I think there's that too. Also, Judge right now has 21 home runs. So I mean, he's on pace to break it again. If he stays healthy, he's on pace to break it again. So yeah, I don't think there's that much pressure around it, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Maddie V says, who on the current Yankee roster do you think has a shot to show up on the Hall of Fame ballot? Not necessarily make it in, but just be on it for a year, not get enough votes and fall off a year later. Does DJ make it for all the batting titles?
Yeah, because if guys like who are some of the guys that have made the Hall of Fame ballot, and you're thinking
Harold Baines.
I'm trying to think of other people who have made it, and you're just like, they have no shot. Like, why are they even on here? I'm trying to
Harold Baines, Lee Smith. There's a lot of guys, especially with the Veterans Committee over the last few years that have gotten it. It's a little ridiculous, but
well, yeah, that's veterans. I think he's just thinking like the regular ballot. I'm trying to think of other guys that have no shot of making it, but they're on the ballot and they're going to be stuck there for 10 years.
I mean, there's a lot of guys that are like that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see right now because, yeah, DJ LeMahieu has 2 batting titles. That's not nearly enough to get a Hall of Fame consideration. I don't even know if he makes the ballot, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because I'm thinking more of the guys who have a chance to make the ballot, not being on the ballot, because I don't see anyone other than...
Well, Judge for sure.
Yeah, of the current roster, Judge.
It depends. I mean, Cody Bellinger, I guess, could, because he has a 50-something home run season. Like, he's got a lot of home runs.
MVP, and...
Yeah, his numbers will add up over time. So he could be one of those guys that gets on the ballot. I'm trying to think. Gerrit Cole's an obvious one that gets in, though.
Yeah.
Maybe
Stanton? Maybe.
No, Stanton. I don't think maybe. I think yes. I think he'll be on the ballot for sure. He's got 400 home runs. Yeah, he'll be on the ballot 100%. He's got a 57 home run season, an MVP too. I'm trying to think, is there anybody else in the current day roster that'll even make a. Oh, I got one that'll stay on for a while. Paul Goldschmidt.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, he'll be a big debate for a while. Maybe sneaks in. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but a couple Gold Gloves, a couple 300+ hitting seasons, he's going to sit on the ballot for a while. He'll be a good debate.
All right. Well, thank you to all our insiders for their questions this week. Now we move on to YouTube. This is from Shen Rose 6553. Hey, love your show. I don't live in the US, so I'm listening to you guys, and it's basically my only source about the team. Is it just me, or for the last couple of years, it seems like the Yankees always have 4 players that showed up for the season and a couple of guys that show up once in 2 weeks? It just feels like every season we have way too many players with a very low average, and I don't see any other teams in the same level with the same problem. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, I love your show. Keep up the good work. Thank
you for the compliments. I would say this. If you look around the rest of the league, this is more common than you'd think. A lot of teams, with the way analytical baseball is gone, and Stacey, I don't know if you noticed this too, a lot of teams are more comfortable with guys hitting for low averages but having good OPSs.
Mm-hmm.
So you see a lot of that now in baseball, where you look at a guy in the middle of a lineup who's an everyday player, and you're like, he's hitting 237. Like, how is that acceptable? When I was a youth, not too many years ago, hitting under 270 was ridiculous.
Did you say when I was a youth?
I did.
Okay.
The notion of hitting under 270 was absurd. Like, bad players hit under 270. Now it's common to hit under 270. So no, I just think teams are managed and built differently than they were in the past. So yeah, this is unfortunately more common than you'd like to think, actually.
Yeah.
Let's go to Guardian Effie, I guess. What are the odds of a trade deadline IKF reunion? Woof. He's actually playing really well, and he's hitting quite a bit better than anyone playing second or third base in pinstripes this year. And I'm sure the Pirates would be down to trade him on the cheap if in a possibly constrained market.
No.
I don't think the Yankees are interested.
No.
It's one of those been there, done that kind of things. They're good.
I literally was just about to say it. Yeah. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why again? Already had it.
I'm not interested either, to be honest with you. I'm not interested either. I'm good. I've seen what I needed to see out of IKF. I'm glad that he's playing well in Pittsburgh and enjoying himself, but I've seen what I needed to see.
You remind me of that TikTok sound. I've seen what I needed to see.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, coming up, we have more Fan Mail Friday questions from our YouTube viewers and a preview of the Yankees Red Sox series, which begins tonight in the Bronx. Next.
The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and every night delivers highlight-worthy performances, major momentum shifts, and can't-miss moments. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there's never been a better time to get in on the action. And FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game, because before tip-off and live with player props, performance trends, and same-game parlays, fans have more ways than ever to play smart and to win big. Now it stinks. The Knicks are out, right? But you can still get in on the action. Look at the OKC Thunder series. I like to bet the unders in these games because the OKC defense is really good, and we've seen the Pacers have a turnover tendency. So they tend to turn the ball over a lot, combined with the really good defense in OKC. I think unders are a good play in this series. And are you new to FanDuel? It's the perfect time to sign up. Head over to FanDuel.com and place your first $5 bet. Now, if that bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel. It's an official sports betting partner of the NBA.
So YouTube question time, or still, because we had a lot. Guys, you did a stellar job this week on YouTube. Very good job. I just want to say to John Kelly, who left a question on YouTube, I couldn't find any info on the player that you asked me about. Literally, Google was not a help to me at all. I tried all different combinations. So I'm going to do some research this weekend and contact some people in the know down in the minors to let me know if things are going on with this one player that you asked about. And maybe we'll do a segment during the week next week. I just wanted to give him a heads up because I felt bad that we could not answer his question because there's no info out there. You can read the first question if you'd like.
Colin Martin, 7783, says, we are getting closer and closer to Stanton coming back. Who is the odd man out when he comes back? Do either of you have more confidence in Devin Williams back in the closer role now that he was moved from that role? Thank you both. Been listening to the show on my morning commute every day this season.
Well, very nice. I think Pablo Reyes would probably be the odd man out, right?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. That's what it seems like right now. It's going to be Pablo Reyes. But that's roster-wise, lineup-wise, couldn't give me an answer. I don't think they have an answer yet either, to be honest with you.
Well, did you know, because I saw something about it, they were having Goldschmidt working out at second.
Yeah, no chance about that. No chance.
I was like, what, to have Rice at first and then Stanton DH?
Yeah.
I guess. So we'll see. I don't know. That seems goofy to me. Next question from Mark Carpentieri. Looks like Grisham is regressing back to his old self now in terms of batting. Do you think if he falls any further, would Boone sit him down and leave Bellinger and Jason D for the rest of the season?
100%. I think that's a definite possibility. Only because they originally acquired Grisham to be a fourth outfielder anyway. And that's the ideal lineup anyway. So absolutely.
Yeah.
Casey Cotreau, 7050 says, who would you like to see play third when Jazz returns fully from the lineup, him or DJ?
Well, I mean, I would like Peraza to play third, and I would like Jazz to play second, and I would like DJ to sit on the bench.
But they've already cut Peraza's playtime now that Jazz is back, and it's going to be Jazz as the full-time third baseman.
Hey, Peraza played on Thursday, got a couple of hits. I mean, he got erased off the bases one time, but, you know, he did help that one inning where they got the 2 runs, so.
It's going to be the Jazz Chisholm show at third base, though.
Yeah, I think it's dumb. I think it's stupid. They had Jazz and Volpe work together all spring on their double play combos. I thought it was great that Jazz and Volpe developed a rapport together. They look great turning double plays together. It's just silly to me, and I wish I could just yell at someone on the Yankees right now for doing what they're doing. Because if you should have gotten an actual third baseman.
Agreed. It was a mismanagement. That side of the field the last 2 years has been a mismanagement in the offseason. They didn't get a left fielder last year, and they didn't get a third baseman this year.
Speaking of that, Cabrera was on a scooter in the Yankees clubhouse on Thursday on his ankle. So, yeah, which that's kind of cool. They didn't have a scooter when I broke my foot 30 years ago. I wish they did, because I would have ridden that around campus. That would have been fun. Final question. Kevin Sweeney, how many games do you think Devin Williams will blow, lovely, with Luke Weaver out? The book on the Yankees, by the way, is coming along fine. I've written 5 books already, including 3 on coaching baseball. Well, good for you. It's not easy writing a book. I've written 1 chapter in an annual for the hardball times, and I wrote most of the comments for the 2018 baseball prospectus annual for the Yankees. So I've never written a full book. Congrats to you. I don't like that question because I don't want to think of Devin Williams blowing a lot of games while he's pitching in Luke Weaver's stead, you know? I've
got confidence in Devin Williams. I think he'll be fine. Kevin, where's our copies of these books, though? Do we get like some editors' copies or some authors' copies? Can they get signed, maybe?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never written anything close to a book either. I've written a couple long text messages, but that's about it. But where's our copies? I'd love to learn how to coach baseball. Come on.
I mean, I've written stories that are 300,000 words long, but I would never publish them because
I've limped my way through plenty of long college papers, but not this level.
Yeah. All right. So thank you guys for all of your questions. Again, well done, YouTube. Well done, insiders. We love you guys. You know, you guys are just really great with getting all these questions in for us, because when I first attempted doing mailbags way back in the day, get like 1 or 2 questions, and now you basically fill up the entire show, so we appreciate you. Yeah. So Yankees Red Sox, here we go. Friday, yes. Saturday Fox, Sunday ESPN, because why not have 3 ESPN games in a row?
Yeah, I don't know why. But
well, it's because the Knicks didn't make the finals. If the Knicks had made the finals, it wouldn't have been a Sunday night game. It was going to be a regular afternoon plain Jane.
Was it really? Because I don't know if they can. I don't know. Can they change the Sunday night game?
Yeah.
The interesting one to me is the Will Warren one, because I want to see if he can go back to. Max Fried was able to erase his Dodgers start. Let's see if Warren can.
Well, because he's Max Fried. Will Warren. This is a real test. He's going up against Walker Buehler. So Will Warren is 3-3 with a 5.19 ERA. Walker Buehler is 4-3 with a 4.44 ERA.
Yeah, he's getting things going though lately, so that could be a problem for them. Their pitching has not been as good as it's been advertised though at the start of the year though.
Yeah, well, the next guy is Saturday night, 7:35 start on Fox for some reason, not 7:15. I don't know why it's pushed back 20 minutes.
That's annoying on a Saturday, by the way.
But
that's annoying on a Saturday.
Yeah, it's Ryan Yarbrough, 3-0 with a 2.83 ERA. We mentioned it the other day. He has like a 1.76 ERA in his last few starts. Just amazing. Against Gavin Crochet, who's 5-4, but has a 1.89 ERA.
Yeah, very rich Gavin Crochet after he got his extension earlier this year. He didn't actually get to hit free agency. They just gave him the big extension beforehand. So he'll be haunting the Yankees. He'll be haunting the Yankees for years to come as the Red Sox. And 1.89 is pretty impressive.
Yeah, and then Sunday night, the ESPN game, the aforementioned ESPN game, 7:10, Carlos Rodon against Hunter Dobbins. Rodon is 8-3 with a 2.49 ERA. Dobbins is 2-1 with a 4.06 ERA.
Still remains true. How Rodon's ERA is so low is baffling to me. It's insane how good he's been, and he didn't start the year off on a roll. He had a couple of poor starts to start the year, and then he since then has not had one bad start since.
Well, he had those kinds of starts where he had like one or two bad things happen, but the rest of the game was okay kind of thing. And now it's just, he's getting out of trouble. Like times where you think here we go. It's going to be a Rodon inning and something bad's going to happen. And then he gets out of it. And that's how it's been for about a month and a half now.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, he's been doing really well. And I have to say, I saw someone else on Reddit say it's got to be the beard.
I agree with you. Listen, feel good, play good.
Yeah, by the way, Clark Schmidt, grow the beard back. He had a little bit of a beard like a couple weeks ago. And then I noticed the other day he was clean shaven. I'm like, hey, grow that thing back.
We're really manalizing on this edition of Locked On Yankees. We're really judging guys' looks for some reason.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. Like, I thought it was going to take me longer to get used to the guys having facial hair, but
I'm used to it. I don't even notice it, to be honest.
I don't even notice it anymore. Yeah, it's just normal now.
And it's just like, I know what it is. I think it's so part of modern day culture with men. Like the style is so normal that I don't think you even notice it.
Yep. And it just shows you how silly the rule was and how silly it was that it took that. I mean, it honestly should have gone away 15 years ago when George passed away. They should have been 100%. Like, all right, let's just let guys grow facial hair already. It's ridiculous. So they did, and now they have two aces on the team because Rodon's comfortable with a full beard on his face.
Exactly. So, made it worth it.
Yep, totally. So thank you guys for making Locked On Yankees your first listen today. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night, every game, every night, all season long. You get local analysis on a national scale. You can find MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcasts. So that'll do it for this Fan Mail Friday edition of Locked On Yankees. I'm Stacey Gotsoulias.
And I'm Brian McKeon. We'll see you next week.